Today we're going to cover question of the day, which is pretty much my entire morning routine, and it took away all the anxiety from morning meetings for me. I teach fifth grade, and that is something that I always struggled with in the beginning, and this really helped me. So first off, what do you need to do question of the day? Again, no cost. You need permanent marker, some 3x3 post-it notes. The colors don't matter, but you can do some pretty cool activities that I'll go into later with different colored post-it notes. And you need some sort of dry erase board or something that can hold sticky notes. And you need to do your grid setup just like that. So this goes back to the numbering the student systems. Everything that I work on for classroom management all goes back to the students having numbers. That's pretty much how I do everything in the classroom, is with the numbers. Let's talk about setup. So there's your tools you need. Then here's the great part. Once you have your chart, obviously much larger than this, I use the post-it notes and I put them on the dry erase board, and I just get like a rough idea of how big they are so they fit just in there. And here's a good trick. I'm sure most of you know this, but if you write with a permanent marker on a dry erase board, you can get it off using dry erase markers. You just color over top of it and you can take it right off. So each year I redo the numbers just to make it look nicer, because, well, it's in your room. It should look nice. It's a representation of your style, so I like to have it look nice. So let's talk about what is the question of the day and how do you get the kids in the routine. Here's what I do. Every day when they come in on the smart board, I have a different question. And it only takes about a week to condition the kids and into the routine of they come in, they put their materials away, and then they read the question of the day, and then they come to my desk. I always keep the post-it notes by my desk. And I really like this aspect of it because if I didn't get a chance to greet a kid when they were walking in the door, this is another chance to say good morning, how you doing, just talk to them real fast as they're coming up towards the desk to get the post-it notes anyway. They know the rules. You have to write your name on the post-it note. You have to put it on your numbered square, and you have to answer in a complete sentence by restating the question of the day. Later on, I'm going to get into how this works for SEL, creating rules for the classroom, just getting to learn the students, and the students getting to learn about you. One of the key things to the question of the day is, as a teacher, you have to answer it because it's what sparks all the communication. So, for example, one of the questions last year that I came up with, I didn't think much of it, but the kids loved it, was, what is the grossest thing your mom or dad has ever made for you? That went on for a week and a half with kids wanting to reshare what their answer was from the previous week's answer for what the grossest thing was. Who would have thought something as silly as, what's the grossest meal you had? But man, did it build a lot of community. So kids that normally didn't talk in class couldn't wait to tell me how somebody made something horrible. And I told them what the worst thing I ever made was, which is just a moment between you and the kids to make it more of a community and less of a thing. And this routine, I like it because it has the kids starting with agency. Every kid has a job. So I guess most of my philosophy is, if you can give the kid a chance to be successful, especially in the first part of the day, your day's already started better than most. So no matter what happened on the bus or on the way to school or walking or wherever else it was, when they come into my classroom, they know, all right, here's what's expected in the first 10 minutes. I need to put my stuff away. I need to answer whatever crazy question Mr. Webster has for the day. And I need to put on the sticky note. What's a really low bar for a win first thing in the morning? And for kids who struggle with consistency or changes in pace, they just know. They know every day when they come in, there's going to be a question. They know what's expected, and there's no danger because the system's always the same. Every day there's a question a day. So again, I think with most of the stuff I do in my room, from the outside looking in, you're like, well, why does this even matter? But if you actually use the systems that I've created and adapt it to what your interests are, it can really do a lot and allow your personality and the kind of classroom you want to have become possible because you're controlling the narratives of what's going into it. And the kids have agency because they control their answers. They control the questions sometimes. I always give them a chance to write their own questions of the day, and then I pull them out and we do one of those. That's free questions of the day for almost a month and a half, really. Um, it is huge on community, which I didn't realize at first when I started doing it. I only started doing it because I'm really bad at morning meetings. I don't know the songs. I don't know the games. I try to learn them. I've read plenty of morning meeting books. I've been to morning meeting PD. Every time I do the games, or whatever it is, it always feels forced. The power for me was that even the kids who struggle with anxiety or don't like to talk in class, this is the easiest step into involvement. And because you can't be wrong, is the question. I hope this helps. If you had some place you didn't know where to start, or you're new to teaching and you're looking for your own system, and you're not a play the games, you don't know all the games, and you don't know all the songs to sing, and that's not your vibe, maybe this works for you. I hope it does. Thanks a lot for watching. Hope you have a great day.